Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Rum on the Couch video number 61. Dave here from Manchester Rum Festival, and for this episode I want to focus on a brand that actually originates from more of a gin distillery. Become a little bit more popular in regards to that sort of crossover. We saw it with the whiskey distilleries when they were making gin. Now there's some gin distilleries that are looking to make rum, and it's mainly down to obviously the ingredients used if you're looking to focus on things like a spiced or flavour driven rums. And the guys from Warner's Distillers have decided in the last couple of months to create and produce what they've called Trash and Treasure. Great looking bottle as well. As expected from the Warner's gin range. Now these guys are based in Harrington near Northamptonshire, so not too far away from myself here in Manchester. And what they've decided to do here is be as transparent as they possibly wanted to be in regards to how they're using their own botanicals on their lands within the Falls Farm itself, where their distillery is based. And of course, having a reason, not just because everybody else is doing a spice rum, but it's got to fit, from what I can see, it has to fit their ethos with what the gins are doing to what the spice can be doing as well when it comes to their rum. So I'm actually going to read a couple of bits that's on this label because it adds a real sort of, A, an interesting note, but B, transparency. So for example, taste and waste, they harvested dandelions and recycled fruit peel. Because weeds are wonderful, waste is valuable, and trash is treasure. See where I got the name from now. Rum and Rescue, it's time to stand for something, so let's act now. Revolutionise waste and make a positive change. Raise a glass with purpose and take a sip with taste. Then you got the spice and nice element, so the vibrancy, the spice, the taste, powered by nature. Trust the ingredients and follow the flavour. So you've got some really sort of good, I suppose, sound bites as well. But the main thing is the ingredients here. So, Jamaican rum, very first thing, which is a good sign. I do love a good Jamaican rum. This is 40% ABV as well. Then we got obviously water. It does say the sugar in here. Fresh banana, fresh orange peel, cinnamon, rose, dandelion, coffee. I can never pronounce this peppercorn. Szechuan peppercorn, black cardamom, allspice, chamomile, fresh grapefruit peel, lemon verbena, nutmeg, and cassia. Which is an interesting mix, especially adding the fact you've got banana, you've got some citrus, you've got rose, and you've got your spices in there as well. I'm intrigued. And as you can already see, I have to admit, I've already had this open when the bottle arrived just before I moved house. So, I have to admit, I haven't had it since. I wanted to sort of refresh my memory here during Rum on the Couch. So I've got myself my little Glencairn glass. It's a Saturday morning, so we'll pour a measure. Beautiful cork top, and I have to admit, I can already get the aromas hitting my nose straight away. So, 100% natural, 100% natural ingredients. I've just reminded myself of what this was all about. First thing you do pick up is the dandelion. You get that sort of overripe banana as well. And you get, in a way, like a caramelized citrus peel. It's been slightly dried out in the sun and it's started to sort of, interact with molasses and really start to have that combination. It also has like a stem ginger profile to it as well. There's a lot going on, and in a way, if you did a blind tasting, knowing what you know if you've ever had the Warner's gin range, you will get some similarities, and that's the good thing. Some of the botanicals, because this is named as a spiced botanical rum, so some of the botanicals that Tom Warner, for example, has used in here do relate to the gin profiles that they are award-winning and have been very, very well known across the UK for several years. So there's some similarities, which is good if you're trying to get, I suppose, gin lovers over to rum. Okay, let's give it a taste. Also has a slight menthol feel. I think that's the chamomile starting to break through a bit as well. All right, so 40% ABV. Slightly sweeter, which is good because it says there's sugar in it. Caramelization really starts to hammer home. That is definitely some banana. Moving into sort of like a slight treacle. Orange peel starts to come through. Grapefruit zest, real boof in the sort of side of your mouth here. Mouth even. There's something else there. What is that? It could be the saffron pepper, actually. I'm not a massive fan of pepper, but I feel like I'm getting something, again, just at the back a little bit. You know what the best thing is? I can taste Jamaican rum. I know what Jamaican rum can taste like. I've been there. I've had Appleton Estate. I've had Hampton Estate. I've had Worthy Park. I can get it, which is good. And it's not been overpowered by all the different fresh botanicals. I suppose that's always someone's worry when it comes to spice, the botanical or flavoured rums, especially the amount of producers these days, especially here in the UK. But sometimes their balance can be, well, unbalanced. And their added ingredients, whether it's fresh or God forbid it's not, then overpower the actual base rum. You know, what's the point? So to have something like that and still be able to retain, I'm not saying it's a high funky ester profile, but I know it's a Jamaican rum. It's the first thing that comes to your mind. So it's not a Trinidadian, it's not a St. Lucian, it's not a Barbadian. It's definitely a sort of Jamaican vibe to it, which is good. I'm liking this. I've tried a handful of botanical rums lately as well. It's becoming a bit, wouldn't say a trend, but there's definitely a handful of bottles out there. We had one actually who launched themselves at Rumfest back in 2018. Some fantastic guys in Liverpool called, oh God, I'm going to test myself, Drum and Black, who did very, very well because of the way they're marketing and the use of botanicals within their own rum. So maybe it is becoming a bit of a trend, but maybe it's also down to approaching a rum in a very different way. As I said before, if you're a gin lover, maybe this is the way to get you onto rum. Maybe if you actually appreciate some more of the sort of, well, dare I say, botanically driven flavour profiles that are maybe away from the normal traditional spices like, cinnamon and clove and nutmeg and so. Maybe it does have that way of approaching it. Now, I'm just having a quick look because I want to see if there's any cocktail ideas, because I've got a couple in my head. I just want to have a look if they've put anything on their socials or nothing that I can see yet. Oh, let's go on recipes. Let's have a ganders. Because I'm thinking grapefruit, maybe not ting, maybe just fresh grapefruit juice will work amazing with this. I'm not really seeing any of the rum cocktails yet. I suppose it is that new. And with lockdown, they've not been able to really get out there and work with bars as of yet. But grapefruit juice, I can just see it working. Maybe nothing too sharp with this one. I mean, my God, this would make a really good daiquiri. Botanically driven daiquiri. Especially with the fresh lime. I'd say a dash of sugar. I wouldn't really start to... I love sugar. I've got a huge sweet tooth, as I'm sure you guys know by now. But get maybe more of the dry profile. Maybe even a Hemingway with this would work really, really well. I think a long serve, for example, like a mojito, probably wouldn't work as well. I think this is a short, sharp sort of serves. To be honest with you, on its own, it's actually quite nice. It's not too overpowering. It's not too dry either. It's a lingering profile. It's still there. It's been a couple of minutes since I've had a sip. So it sticks around, which is a good sign for me. And it does have that lemon verbena, which I love. They have a gin called, did have one called Melissa, with the first iteration of it. And it involved a lemon verbena within that. And it was a different approach because it's actually a mint. Which was blew my mind because I just presumed it was a type of lemon. So it has that real freshness that comes through. And I think, to be honest with you, maybe a mojito would work. But I'd probably maybe make a short mojito, a mint smash, that kind of thing. A twist on a basil smash style. So to be fair, the more I think about it, the more versatile I feel Trash and Treasure is going to be. I'm intrigued to see if it works with the likes of cola. I can't see maybe ginger beer working, but ginger ale could be a really good shout for this. Maybe ting. Ting these days is not as sweet here in the UK, so the dryness of the grapefruit maybe could work quite well as well. This is the thing. This is the cool thing about having something new. Your mind goes into overdrive with what you could do with it, as well as, of course, drinking it on its own while you think of these ideas. So I'll tell you what, they've ticked the box on that one, which is really good. And I suppose the expectation from the likes of Warner's Distillers with their amazing range of gins, you do expect them to have a fantastic idea of rum. I know they've done their homework. I know they've been talking to a lot of people to make sure they understand the category. So that's fantastic to hear, and a great result as well. So ladies and gents, you can pick a bottle up. There's a lot of retailers, especially the independents around Northamptonshire itself. But I've noticed it is obviously now available on their website. That's where I was just having a quick look to see if there's any official cocktail recipes. So take a look. If you're intrigued, of course, give it a go. Let me know what you think in the comments, whether you're watching this on our Instagram, YouTube or Facebook pages, or of course Twitter as well. It'd be great to hear if you've already thought about it or tried it a different way. You know, take a couple of some good photos, tag us in, tag in the guys as well. I'm sure they'd love to see what you guys are enjoying Trash and Treasure with. So, ladies and gents, hopefully that's given you a good idea of what this is all about. I will see you all, of course, for episode number 62. We're getting close to that 100. I've got some good ideas of what I like to do for the big milestone there. So keep yourself checking in, keep yourself subscribed to these channels, and I will see you all very soon. Enjoy.